Hello, North Central Washington, and welcome back to Network TV for episode 4 of our 11th season. I'm David Mabee, your host and the marketing director at NCW Tech Alliance. Our mission is to harness technology and human ingenuity, empowering entrepreneurs, enriching STEM education, and driving technology adoption throughout North Central Washington. For over 2 decades, we've led the charge in building a community where innovation thrives. In today's first segment, we're diving into the entrepreneurial spirit with Mayra Garcia, the creative force behind Evergreen Luxury Events. What began in 2021 as a heartfelt venture, Evergreen Picnics, has flourished under Mayra's guidance into a full-fledged enterprise known today as Evergreen Luxury Events. Specializing in micro events, Mayra has dedicated to her team craft memorable moments with service like photo booth rental and marquee letters, while Mayra balances her entrepreneurial journey with her commitment to her education and her 2 children. Shifting gears in our second segment, Mayra, an integral member of the Hispanic Business Council, will be joined by Steve Wilkinson, the Executive Director of the Wenatchee Valley Chamber of Commerce. In January 2020, the leadership of the former NCW Hispanic Chamber of Commerce and the Wenatchee Valley Chamber of Commerce united to form the Hispanic Business Council within the Chamber's framework. This strategic alliance aims to broaden the Chamber's reach and impact within the Hispanic and minority business communities. Steve, with his extensive background in nonprofit management and economic development, will share insights into the Chamber's initiatives and its collaborative efforts with the Hispanic Business Council to bolster economic vitality and community well-being in the Wenatchee Valley. Join us as we delve into the synergy of entrepreneurship, community collaboration, and economic growth, all here on Network TV. We'll be right back with Mayra in one moment on Network TV on the NCW Life channel. Welcome back to Network TV. I'm David Mabee. I'm excited to have Mayra Garcia with us. Mayra, how are you doing today?
I'm a little excited. I'm nervous. A little nervous.
Don't be nervous. We're just here to talk about you. Well, see, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
So you have your own company. What was your motivation for starting Evergreen Picnics, and kind of how did that evolve?
So Evergreen Picnics, it started from me scrolling on TikTok. So that happened around 2020 when it was very popular. So we had to, around COVID time, everyone had to, what is it called? Quarantine. So the people were getting creative, and so they started doing luxury picnics outside, which was following the safety guidelines, and I got inspired by that. And so what solidified my reason to starting Evergreen Picnics was one of my friends traveled to Seattle in order to get a luxury picnic. So I'm like, okay, we need to bring this to Wenatchee. So that's where it started.
And you started that here in Wenatchee. And how long was it Evergreen Picnics before you said, oh, I'm onto something here. Yeah. I'm going to involve this into what it is today?
I would say it started in 2021, and it was about a year in when I realized that it was more than just picnics. We started offering marquee rentals, photo booth services, and event planning as well. And yeah, it evolved quickly into Evergreen Luxury Events.
Nice.
Yeah.
What came first? Was it like that and then photo booths? Kind of how did that transition happen? I mean, or did somebody say, I need a photo booth, I need a marquee, can you do this stuff? And you're like, I guess so.
Yeah, you kind of got it right on the spot. So how it happened is I was asked to do decor for an event, and then I was asked to do a wedding, and then quickly I was like, they asked me if I plan events as well, and so it just continued to evolve, and I'm like, well, let me add that, and and I also pursued a degree. I have my bachelor's in project management as well.
Okay, so right in your alley then.
Everything just started falling into place.
Okay, and so what is it now? What's your company now called?
Evergreen Luxury Events.
Okay, Evergreen Luxury Events.
Yes.
And so you're a mother of 2. We had that conversation there, and an entrepreneur. So you're juggling multiple roles. Mm-hmm. How has your experience as a parent kind of influenced your approach to business, and what lessons have you learned from that experience?
That's a great question. I would say it's very difficult to manage parenthood, a job, and as well as business. So in the beginning, what I would do is I would book myself every single weekend, and I was always packed.
Yeah.
Quickly realized that I became resentful. towards my business, and I didn't want to do it anymore because I wanted to spend time with my family and my kids. So that pushed me to set some boundaries, create some sort of balance between home, work, and Evergreen as well. So now what I do is I have set dates that I book myself, and anything outside of those dates I don't book myself, just because I have those dates specifically to spend with my family.
So you have, going into the year right now, you have like specific weekends already booked for yourself.
Yeah.
But then also specific weekends that you'll book yourself.
Exactly.
I think that's very important. It's lucrative. I DJ weddings as well. Lucrative, but it's exhausting.
It's exhausting.
And it's people don't realize it. You're there all day.
Yeah, mental health is so important, especially when you're running a business.
Yeah.
You can quickly get burned out.
Yeah, and especially then when you're, I don't know, my wife would go do something fun with the kids, and I would miss it.
Yeah.
So then it was like extra money.
Busy.
Yeah, extra money doesn't really mean anything if you don't get to spend it.
Exactly.
With your loved ones.
And that's the reason why I started Evergreen Picnics too, was because I needed to create some sort of extra income for myself and my kids. Had goals that I wanted to achieve, so that was really important.
So do you bring your kids along to any of the events? Or
sometimes.
Sometimes? And
sometimes, yeah.
Does it work well, or?
You know, sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. They will help me carry a couple more key letters over to where we're setting up. They don't come with me to every single event. But marquee letter rentals, that's a drop off and a pickup. So those are quick events. But if we're doing photo booth services, that's a little different because we'll be there the whole event. Yeah.
Right. So what is your, just curious, the photo booth rental, do you guys do the ones where you do like, you bring a bunch of different, I've seen costumes and things like that, or is it just the photo booth?
So we bring the photo booth and we can have props there. It depends on the type of event, and so we'll ask all those questions beforehand, because there is some more events that are luxurious and they don't want props, or they just want the black and white pictures, and it does offer prints as well. So it just depends on the type of event.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And then, so those inspired by your story and kind of looking to start their own venture, what kind of advice would you give someone looking to become an entrepreneur?
Oh man, that is a great question. I would say to not give up. For me, so in my personal life, I moved out at the age of 11. When I was very young. I was 11, and then I had my first kid at 16 years old. But that continued to push me to go for my goals. So it really came down to, what is it that I want, and is this bringing me value? Am I gonna, am watching this Netflix show for 3 hours, is that really bringing me something? Am I creating something out of this? So just balancing your time and just creating some sort of balance between Netflix shows or whatever it is, right?
Because you still need some sort of break in there.
Yeah, you need some sort of, it's okay to invest in yourself, but also what else are you doing to achieve those goals?
You seem pretty schedule oriented, so I'm curious, do you have like family time scheduled out?
Yeah.
Your free time scheduled out, like your me time? Or are you just that good with it now that you don't really have to do that?
I still need to schedule myself because I am a procrastinator and I tend to wait till the last minute. So if I have a good schedule to follow, I can stay on track on what I'm supposed to be doing. So for example, spending time with my family, that's scheduled in, because if it's not, then I have bookings for Evergreen, right? So everything is just scheduled.
Gotcha. Very cool.
Yeah.
So kind of looking ahead to where you are right now, where do you want to see Evergreen, your company, go in the next couple of years? Do you have a vision, a goal on where that should be in the next couple of years?
That's also another great question. With Evergreen, right now, the goal is really just to continue to perfect our services. My partner and I have, Amanda, my partner, I have added her onto Evergreen, so she has joined me onto this venture, but we are going to be starting a new business. So that will be, it's called S&H Trail Ride, so we're super excited about that. So with Evergreen, we're really just focusing on perfecting what we currently have, and not bringing anything new for now. Yeah.
So what's the new venture going to be?
So it's trail rides with horses. So my partner will be doing guided trail rides, and I'll be doing a lot of the administrative stuff.
Where are the trail rides going to happen at? Is that here locally in Wenatchee?
It's Quincy area and then other areas as well. But currently, right now, we're focused on Quincy.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So would that be, I'm just more curious, is that something where you book and you go out there and you guys take them on the whole experience?
Yeah.
Or do they just, so they show up and you drive them out with the horses, or the horse is going to be at like a set spot?
Yeah, the horses will be there. We'll have them ready to go, and you just show up. We'll give you a safety rundown, and then we'll get on the horses and head out on a trail ride.
And how many horses do you guys have?
Right now we have 3.
3 horses.
We have 3. Our goal is in the future to add 2 more. So right now we're only focusing on couples.
Couples. So is there, I'm assuming, a picnic out there then, a luxury picnic?
Maybe.
It all ties all together?
It all ties together.
And is there any other thing that excites you about these expansions, or with your current event? Like, I mean, with your current one, what excites you the most? I mean, what keeps you up at night, or what gets you going in the morning with your current one?
The creativity that comes with Evergreen is what keeps me going, because there's something new consistently. There's always something new to create, and there's different trends, and people request different things, and so it pushes me and Amanda outside of our limits to create what people want.
Awesome.
Well,
we're about to go to break here, so tell people how they can get in touch with you, or the website to go to look at the things you have to offer.
Yeah, so our website is evergreenluxuryevents.com.
Very cool.
That's it. Yeah, so visit us there, look over all our services, and then just send us over a contact form.
Okay. Well, this is going to do it for the first segment here with Mayra, and she's also on the Hispanic Business Council.
Yes.
So we're going to dive into the Hispanic Business Council and also the Chamber of Commerce with Steve Wilkinson and Mayra Garcia when we come back on Network TV here on the NCW Life channel. And welcome back to Network TV. We spent the first part talking to Mayra Garcia about her business, Evergreen Luxury Events. And now we have on Steve Wilkinson, the Executive Director of the Wenatchee Valley Chamber of Commerce.
Thank you.
It's a mouthful, but I got it.
Yes, it is.
How you doing today?
Doing well, thank you.
Welcome to the show.
Appreciate it.
Can you kind of explain, I guess, how you got into the Chamber of Commerce and some of your background?
Okay, that was not on the sheet, Dave.
Oh, sorry. I was trying to give you a little bit of intro.
No, I like that. I appreciate that. So I will be at the Chamber 2 years at the end of March, so it's been a real win for me. My background is commercial banking. I was a commercial banking team leader up in Whatcom, Skagit, Island County. Yeah. My wife took me to Kansas for 5 years because of her job.
Wow.
And then we purchased property in Roses Lake, which is just outside of Manson. And our intention was to move here. My wife was the first one to get a job here. She got a job at Chelan PUD.
Oh,
and then
fantastic.
She got a great job.
Pressure was on.
Yeah, the pressure was on me. And so I commuted from Wenatchee to Wichita, Kansas for about a year.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, it was during COVID, I swear, myself and a few others were on the plane, and that was it.
Yeah.
It was really amazing. The SeaTac was empty for a number of months, but I could only lead that organization for about a year, because as an executive director, you're trying to create a culture and you're trying to lead. It's hard to do when you're not, there's a lack of proximity.
Right.
And after about a year, I just said, this is probably not best for the organization. So I had an opportunity and worked a few months with the Chelan Housing Trust, and that was a great experience. And then I got a call about this position that was open.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
I was going to say, how do you go from banking to the Chamber of Commerce? It's a pretty big jump there.
Yeah. Well, the economic development experience in Kansas really helped me gain the knowledge and the skills that I needed for this particular job. So that was key for me, I think.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So now we'll jump into what are the kind of the core functions of the Chamber of Commerce here in the Valley?
Yeah, so there's 4. So the 4 functions I share is that we serve, we represent, we promote the businesses of the Valley, Wenatchee Valley. So by serving is we serve by providing our members programs and services to help them grow, our business members grow and expand, including business-to-business benefits that help provide discounted products and services to reduce operating expenses, networking opportunities, and then we have various advertising channels to kind of create awareness of businesses to consumers in the Valley itself.
Very cool.
We also have a very strong advocacy focus. So it's really important that we work on behalf of our business members to just be engaged on policies, regulations that impact our businesses, our community here, the quality of life here in the area. So we have a strong focus there. And then the Chamber is responsible for promoting tourism here in Wenatchee Valley. And that's a huge part of the Chamber as well.
Seems like it's a pretty easy job. This place is pretty awesome. If you're in outdoors, I guess. If you're
outdoorsy, this is a great place. But you know, I haven't been here a long time. I've been here, I think, in this area about 3 years, and it is a beautiful area. In my history, a lot of people would get on Highway 2 and then they take a left to Chelan, or they'd stop at Leavenworth. And now I really truly believe people are seeing that Wenatchee is truly a jewel, and it's worth coming here and staying here. Great events, great venues, and nightlife is here. So we're really having fun promoting the community.
I have to say that I've been here about 10 years. I brought my wife from Southern California, so a little different for her. But the downtown, the Strip now, is actually pretty fun. You can walk down it, like when we get a date night, we can walk down there, grab a drink, grab some dinner, and it's all, I mean, we live within walking distance or really quick Uber drive, so it's been really fun to see kind of the nightlife come, because there used to be a lot of just shops or things that would close a little earlier, it seems like.
I'm using the word lately, David, renaissance, because I do feel there's a renaissance in our community. The downtown is the core of the city of Wenatchee, and so you are seeing that kind of that vigor, you're seeing that energy. And, a lot of people that have moved in have brought ideas, and they're willing to take a risk and say, hey, we'd like to start this new enterprise. So it's cool.
I don't know if it's true, but it seems like there's some younger people coming in starting businesses that weren't here a couple years ago. Is that actually a trend, or am I just getting older and feeling like the kids on the block?
I would say you're very observant. That's what I would say. I would say you and
Are you guys the same age?
I don't know.
We don't dive in ages.
I don't know about that. But I would say that's a great observation, and it is true. We're seeing that, and it's also moving down and blossoming outside of that corridor as well. And so it's kind of I think it's an exciting time.
So I'll ask you a question. It's not on the sheet, and I honestly just heard it the other day, but I heard there's where Badger Brewing is, and I don't know if that falls under you guys, so you can just tell me if it doesn't. But so there's a new business, a brewery going in there potentially, and I heard that potentially could lead to more breweries, or a corridor there of breweries in some of that historic district down there, which would be really cool. I don't know if that's just something I heard and it's false, or if you can even talk to it.
You've heard it, and I can talk to it. I can only share discussions that have been considered because of the new brewery that will be coming in. I think it's coming from Leavenworth, I believe the new brewery is coming in to there, is that we have, the community leaders have seen other great examples of other cities that have, I'd say, a cluster, a business cluster, or industry cluster. So a brewery district, a wine district, those are very beneficial to a community and to those businesses. I call them, especially breweries, friendly competitors. They compete with each other, but they're very helpful. If a brewmaster is sick, it seems like the brewmaster from another brewery just comes over and helps out.
I wonder if that's just that small town vibe going there. I don't know, but it seems like that happens a lot here in this town.
And
I want to shift gears a little bit here so we can talk about the Hispanic Business Council. So in my ignorance, I thought they were two separate things, so thank you for correcting me that. So how did the Hispanic Business Council and the Chamber come together, and kind of what's the goal in there?
You want to speak, or do you?
You go ahead.
Okay. So in 2020, the then North Central Washington Hispanic Business Chamber of Commerce joined with the Wenatchee Valley Chamber of Commerce to fold it into the framework of the Chamber. And the purpose of that was to create an organization that was more inclusive. That was welcoming of the entire community, from business owners from all walks of life. And the Hispanic Business Council provides us the opportunity to really become aware of the challenges that minority-owned businesses may be experiencing today. There may be cultural or social unique, I would say, nuances that may differ from other businesses. And so in order to communicate properly and to receive feedback, it's really important that you just have a little more special focus.
Right.
Because we want to be welcoming. And a Chamber of Commerce should represent the whole community.
Yeah.
The Hispanic Business Council provides us that opportunity.
And Mayra, how did you get involved with the Hispanic Business Council, and what has it meant for your personal experience with your business and then getting into it?
Yeah, so do you want the real story?
Yeah.
So accidentally, I was sent an email to help with the event planning for La Terraza last year. It was an accident. It went out to the wrong Mayra.
Oh.
So that's how I joined the Hispanic Business Council. I started helping with their event planning for La Terraza, the Main Street.
Yeah.
We do this in May every year. This is going to be our 4th annual, right? Fourth annual event in May. And so that's how I was looped into the Hispanic Business Council. Then I started attending their meetings, their monthly meetings, and I quickly became passionate about the efforts that they were doing there. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's got to be great to have young female, you know, you understand kind of what's going on and then grasp that in. So kudos to you. Yeah. Wow, we are flying through time here. So I guess one quick thing to wrap up here, what's kind of the key objective, you kind of touched on it, for the Hispanic Business Council, and where do you see it helping more in the future with Wenatchee?
I believe with Wenatchee, where the Hispanic Business Council can help us best is to ensure that the Chamber has communication and going both directions that is meeting the needs of the Hispanic business community. There could be some regulatory issues, there could be some policies, there could be some just unique personal needs of minority-owned businesses that the Hispanic Business Council can bring to our attention. They are on the board of, we have put in a system in place so the officers of the Hispanic Business Council are on the board. Yeah. We have the chair of the HBC on our advocacy committee as well. So it's really important that we just have that two-way communication and are really aware of the needs of our Hispanic business community.
And Mayra, how can people get involved with the Hispanic Business Council, and I guess where can they find you and how can they get involved with you?
They can go to the Chamber website and definitely just send us an email. We have open meetings every month, and it's the second Thursday.
Second Thursday.
Second Thursday every month, and we invite everyone to just join us.
And where are those at?
At the Chamber.
At the Chamber.
Yeah, at the Chamber.
And we can send accidental emails to people too, to get people on board.
That's true.
Sometimes that's the best way to lure somebody in. Well, that segment went by super fast. Thank you to Steve and Mayra for coming on today. I hope you guys had a great time here. Check out the Hispanic Business Council and the Wenatchee Valley Chamber of Commerce. Become a member and get involved with your community. That's going to do it for this episode of Network TV here on NCW Life Channel.